Okay, there was one pastor who was preaching, and the pastor said, okay, one of the reasons why our children are not doing well in the society is because the parents don't give them enough freedom. So when he said that, I wondered what kind of freedom can we give our children. According to that reverend, the children should have the freedom to do whatever they want, or to, for example, make their own decision. And then he gave an illustration about a young boy that he was working with. So the young boy, they were on the street, and then he said they were going to cross a street full of cars. And then he was trying to see if the young boy was going to really cross the street. And then he let the boy by himself. And then he was trying to see if the boy was going to cross the street. And then I wondered myself, was it a good decision to leave a boy by himself, and then while you were trying to see whether or not he was going to cross the street? So I wondered, what if something bad happened? What if the child, the boy, okay, decided that, okay, now I don't care about the cars, I'm just going to cross the street. Okay, according to the pastor, he should have let the boy make his own decision. So can you let your children make their own decisions when there is danger? I don't think so. Because why some parents don't let their children make their own decision is because there are so many dangers, there are so many obstacles in life, there are so many difficulties to which the children should be exposed to. For example, if I have my 12-year-old girl, and then the young girl decides that, okay, I'm going to hang out with a 17-year-old boy, so that 17-year-old boy is my boyfriend. So as a parent, should I let the child decide to have a boyfriend at 12 years old? Or on top of that, to have a boyfriend who is 17-year-old? I don't think so. As a parent, I don't think it's a good idea for me to let the child take make that decision. So let's say my child says, okay, dad, you can go to bed. Okay, so I decide that I can go out and then hang out with my friends and come back at 11 o'clock. Should I let my child make that decision? I don't think so. There is a certain age, maybe, when I will let my child make her own decision, when she is mature enough, when she can differentiate between what is good and what is not good. Okay? So let's say, for example, my child says, okay, it's time for me, I am 13, I'm 15, I'm 17, so it's time for me to get married. So is she mature enough to be able to have a household, to take care of her husband, and to really make certain decision that can impact her future? No, she's not ready yet. Okay, if she's 18, okay, a 19, 20, 22 years, she wants to make that decision, I may not be able to oppose, but still I can fight to make my voice heard, because I know once that child gets into this really cycle, or this new life, so many problems may arise. So I don't think our children should really be given freedom at certain age, and I don't think is a wise idea to really let my children make their own decision, especially when they're so little. 8 years old, 9 years old, 12 years old, even 15 years old. Okay, if my child, when we're going to church, and then she decides, okay, Dad, this dress that you're choosing for me, I don't like it. Okay, this I can let her make her own decision. But especially if the dress that she's going to choose really is a decent dress. But when it comes to make certain decision, to make certain decision, or to have freedom to do some things that may endanger her life, I don't think it's a good decision. Okay, the pastor was not correct. The pastor was not correct, especially since he is not a dad. He doesn't really know exactly how you feel as a parent to see your child go through difficulties. There are ways to really prevent some bad things from happening. One way for me is to not let the children make certain decisions that may endanger their life. For example, if they decide, okay, today is 9 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock now, so I may be able to stay a little late at 10 or 11 o'clock. I may give them a freedom to do that, especially if they're not going to school tomorrow. But now, if tomorrow they're going to school, so now I'm not going to let you sleep at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. So if I let you go to bed at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, so now what about tomorrow? Will you be able to follow what the teachers will be doing, or will you be able to stay awake while the teacher is dispensing his or her course? No. Okay, so there are certain decisions, there is certain freedom that I cannot give my child. Now, that's another case if the child is 18, 19, 20 or 22 years old. That's another case. We may be able to discuss that further. Okay, we may have other guests who will weigh in on this situation. But for this clip, I don't think that pastor was right.